What's going on YouTube? Hammer56 here, or Hamzy, and I have a pretty good life story for you guys today. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so this is about 3 years ago, okay? So I was probably about 12, alright? I was about 12 years old, and me and my stepdad, my mom, my little brother, we went to this church, okay? And this church, if you don't go to church, this is how it works. It's like on Sundays, you have like the main church, and then you have like a youth for like teenagers, and then you have this like children's church, I guess you could call it. Well, that's what it is, what it's called, but yeah, it's just like children's church, and it's for like kids like 6 through 12, okay? And so yeah, I went to children's church on Sunday, and I absolutely hated it. Thank God I don't do that anymore. But in this children's church, there was like a children's pastor and his wife, okay? And so this one Sunday, okay, this happens like 3 or 4 times a year or something like that. But basically it's like this communion thing, I think, and it's like basically you get these like tiny little like plastic glass things, and they fill it with grape juice, like a sip of grape juice, and then they give you like these like cracker things. It's like these little pieces of crackers, and so it's like supposed to represent like the Last Supper with like Jesus, like, you know, like the wine or the grape juice represents the blood, and then like the crackers represent the flesh, you know? It's like this tradition kind of thing, I guess. And it's kind of a big deal. It takes up a lot of the church service, but it's like a normal thing. Like it happens like 2 or 3 times a year. And I had done this so many times in the past, it was unreal. But this one time, we had done it. I got the sip of grape juice. You know, I ate the cracker thing, and I had to stay after church late. Okay, I had to stay after church for like an hour because my mom was like doing something and she couldn't come get me. So I had to stay in this church late. Now, after it all ended, everything was going good, you know? Everything was going good this whole entire day. Nothing was out of the ordinary. I just had to stay out a little bit late and wait for my mom. And so when I'm alone with kids, like there was like 3 other kids I was hanging out with, and we were all like, you know, kids that got in trouble. Except for like one girl who was like a brat. But so, yeah. And so we're all hanging out, and they make us carry these like, it's in like these circle, like plastic silver things, and like that's where all like the cups of grape juice and all the like cracker things are, and so there was like 10. So they made all the guys like you know 11 and 12-year-old dudes, there's like 3 of us, carry them from this sanctuary, like where we have church, into like the front lobby, okay? And we were sitting there, and we're just kind of sitting there chilling, and I was like, I'm gonna just get some grape juice, and they were like, all right, whatever. So I went up and got a sip of grape juice, put a cup back in the little tray, and then they were like, hold up, I want some grape juice. So we started like sipping on the grape juice until it was like all gone, and then so we were like, all right, yeah, that was cool. So like about 5 minutes later, we're just chilling there, and I was like, I'm hungry. So I look over and I see these like cracker things in this tray, and I was like, oh well, I can't get in that much trouble. So I reach over and I like legit grab a handful of these things, right? And I just like start like putting them in my mouth, and I'm just eating them, and I'm like, oh man, this is so good. And legit, I just grab 2 handfuls and put them in my pocket, right? And I just start eating them and eating them and eating them and eating them. And then so I put them up, and we're just chilling there, and I'm getting them out of my pocket every now and then. And so then this woman comes in who's like the wife of like the pastor, and she grabs it. She's like, whoa, this is a lot lighter than it was. And she undid the lid, and she was like, who took these? And I'm, you know, obviously I got these big, huge lumps bulging out of my pockets. And I was like, it was me. And she was like, you're in huge trouble. I was like, what? For what? And she was like, for doing this. And I was like, well, they're going to get thrown away. She was like, I don't care. You weren't supposed to eat them. I was like, just using your money to like getting the full, you know, you actually like getting your dollar's worth, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they were just going to throw them away afterward. So then she calls up my mom, right? She's like, get here right now. Your son's in trouble. Oh my God. She's flipping ape, dude. And it was so stupid, man. I'm like, this woman was retarded. Like when anyone not missing chromosomes can understand that they're just gonna go in the garbage can. So why does it matter that I eat them, you know? And so then she's like, oh yeah, your son was eating these from communion, and then this creature of a woman starts crying right there. We're talking bawling, like, you know, like when you cry and you get to like a certain point and you're just like like that. She was crying that she was like, this is the only tradition that we have and you have to ruin it for us. You have to ruin it. You ruined it. You ruined today and you ruined this tradition. And she's just sitting there ripping on me about it, and I'm just looking at her, and I just like, I don't care. And, you know, I mean, I'm like a Christian, you know, I go to church and I believe in God, and I'm like, you know, I'm religious. But the thing is, the ceremony was over. I didn't do anything during this whole ceremony thing, and they were just gonna get thrown away, and I was hungry, you know? And so then she says, you are never allowed back in this church again. And I was like, oh, okay. And so, I got home and my mom beat me to death, dude. It was so bad. But yeah, I wasn't allowed back in the children's church. I was allowed back in the church. But after that, I started going to like the teenage thing. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. That's all that happened. I got in huge trouble, though. Such a stupid thing to get in trouble for. But yeah, I mean, now you know Hamzy is not allowed back in that church again. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.